I think we're already there again with
Yeah,
part
so we should
three.
just maybe finish it up so that we don't get cut off again.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think we might be continuing to stream. I don't exactly know how that's working.
I've been trying. Yeah, I don't know if it's just picking up where we left off. Although it does say Star Trek Picard Season 2, Episode 1 review Part 2 is already on our YouTube channel as a standalone video, but we are
Okay,
streaming again.
so maybe there'll be three different videos.
Let's hope.
We'll find out.
We'll figure it all out.
All
And
right, and
it
I
will
think
be
we're
great.
coming to the end of our thoughts of the at least near the end of the screenshots. I think we said everything we wanted to do about the Borg Queen. Picard, we're just talking about Picard auto destructs, and we sort of get to the most interesting, the final scene.
Yep. You said it, sir. So basically, she's hacked the computer. She's tapped in. She has control. Picard realizes the only option is to blow up, self-destruct, which he does. It flashes to white as if the ship has blown up. Everyone's dead, and then
And
we.
also the same white that we remember from Tapestry with Q, where there's another sort of parallel time jump, and we see
Yes, exactly.
how
Yeah.
the universe would have been if Picard decided not to fight the Nausicaans when he was an ensign.
Yeah. So there's no coincidence there. But we immediately see this sky that was very different
From
from
the solarium.
yeah, through the same spot that Picard was in several times in the beginning of the episode, and suddenly there is what looks like some mesh, some
Yeah,
electronic
they call
mesh.
it the solar shield.
Yeah, like some kind of energy that's so solar shield to me implies that the sun, something's wrong with the sun, it's dangerous, or um, so maybe an alien race,
Blew up the sun.
shot at it, blew it up. Yeah, something bad for the sun.
Either way, something's very different. Something's very wrong. They're not on the same Earth. There's a scene where he sees his reflection, a
Or
shattered
his
reflection, classic
right,
theme.
right, right,
He
right,
walks around, everything's sort of there but wrong, and he
right.
sees this, a painting of himself looking similar to the sort of at least
Regalia.
the under part of like the movie era or original Stargazer era uniforms, but it's much darker.
And it looks like he's standing in front of like fire and brimstone. There's just like it doesn't look good. It looks like destruction behind him, and
The
he's got a
connotation
very
is
serious look on his
definitely
face.
a darker mirror universe or something similar to like the Federation parallel universe that we saw in yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah, so not looking good. He seems confused. He doesn't really know why things look different. And then when he's asking, where's Laris? He's shouting out her name. He's asking for where, and so this android, the synthetic fella, shows up, who was actually in season one, or at least the version of him where all the synthetics were. I think the guy's name was F8, and they looked like this. They
Yeah.
were kind of like the close to Data, but not quite there. Anyway, this guy shows up and talks to Picard and says, and he asks them. He asks this person, where was? Does he say where's Laris or?
Something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
it. Where's
And of
Laris?
course, there aren't at least there aren't servant androids in Starfleet in the Federation right now.
And not only so, when he answers where Laris is, he doesn't say, "Oh, she's on this planet or this planet." He answers as if Laris never existed with Picard. So he says, like, Laris is a word that means new day or something. I forget what it is
Yeah, but he
exactly.
knows it's Romulan, and he refers to Romulan refugees, sounding like there may in this timeline Romulus may have also been destroyed, and there's Romulan refugees.
Yeah,
At
so
least there's not
something
any
very
working.
strange, very wrong. Um, and I was gonna say, and when someone's coming on camera, you say, "Now cue this person," and literally, and now cue.
Yeah, he's looking pretty sharp. I love his jacket there. They do some. He does something right away where he
I think
sort
you
of
missed
we
my
see
joke.
him with his black hair and what he looked like when he was younger, 30 years ago, and he jokingly ages himself. Um,
Oh yeah, well he kind of does it in a cue way where he's like, "This seems unfair that you've aged," and then snap does his little finger snap, and then I think it's the next freeze frame, is it not? Yeah, he says, "There, that's what does he say? That's better, or that's more like it." So it's kind of like it did make sense for me. Now
now
we didn't bring it
even
up earlier in the episode. Guinan made a similar comment, and that one
yeah,
felt a little bit like odd because to me, Guinan didn't have to say anything. She looked great. If she had just been like, "Hi, Picard," I would have been like, "Cool." But she makes a comment of like, "I decided to age myself too to try to make you feel better." And I was like, eh. But in this case with Q, because he does it kind of like in a playful way, I was like, yeah, that feels like something Q would do.
Absolutely. I think I'm still live. Sorry, everybody. I am still live. Let me let me try and get Joel back.
Are we back?
Yeah, that.
Something. Sorry, I had to go plug in my phone. Oh.
Okay, there was definitely connection problems there, but I think we kept going. It was weird.
Well, now I'm frozen on my end. I can't.
Yeah, you're frozen for me too.
Let me try this.
But it looks like we're still streaming.
It didn't work.
I'm gonna try just turning off my video going to you.
Okay.
Just because we're at the end anyway. That doesn't seem to help. So I'll keep it there because at least you can see when you can respond to yourself.
Okay.
Feedback. Oh, now you turned into the Skype S, and
Right. Maybe that's a good sign.
Are you back? Sorry.
Where am I? I'm in space. I've become energy, and they need to beam me back on the ship somehow. That was a creepy episode.
Which
There's
one?
no way they would have ever gotten him back.
Oh, Barkley?
No, the one where Picard becomes energy, this alien race, like, and then he's like out in some nebula, and they're like, somehow we can like find his pattern and track and like beam him back on the ship as Picard again, and somehow they do.
Is that the one where some aliens replace Picard?
And he's just like, hello.
Sorry, what?
That's the one where the aliens replace Picard in the second season? He says, "Come on, yeah." I don't know the song.
I don't think it is that much. Oh, my aspect ratio is all weird. Everything's all wrong.
Anyway, let's quickly go back to the screenshot. And,
Cool.
I think your source
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I don't know why it's like that. Well,
Oh, I'm moving.
yeah, maybe I can fix you in real time. And
Let's do it.
I'm sure we'll get better.
There we go. I am me again. I feel like a real boy.
All right. So I don't know. I think that's the same stream. So basically, this stream will have like 3 minutes of us cutting out and then being confused in the middle of it.
To all our fans, we apologize.
Yeah, hopefully we'll figure out a better system. Maybe we can do like shorter videos when we do it this way, or something like that.
Right, we won't do it this way for long, so that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, well, and we're just doing it. We're just trying to do our thing.
Yeah. For real, man. For real.
Anyway, we got to the end of the episode.
Predictions? Quickly, real quick.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, you want me to go for it?
Go what?
Prediction.
Oh, predictions. What are we going to see for this season? Well, I think what there's a lot we sort of reference in the trailer too. So we know that there seems to be some sort of time parallel universe, some sort of time loop. In the trailer, they go back. I think they say 2024, so 2 years from now, which is interesting. Because that's something we went back to sort of the current time period in one of the most popular movies, Star Trek: The Voyage Home. I think the two most successful pre-Abrams movies that made the most money in theaters were Voyage Home and First Contact. So both those movies have a lot of elements that we're seeing already in this episode so far. So I think the next episode we're going to sort of find out more about this other universe we're in, and I think we're going to discover the ultimate goal for at least in Star Trek timeline, time parallel universe rules, there's going to be some event or some point where the two timelines fork in the past, presumably related to Picard, but it may be related to First Contact too, because I remember in the trailer there's some callbacks to like the Vulcans who were already sort of observing Earth before First Contact in the 20th century in the Star Trek universe. So something there.
It's zoomed in on me for no reason.
Yeah, interesting. I can fix that.
Well, let's just finish it up while I'm a huge head. I think they're just going to jump back to last season and cancel out the fact that Picard is a synthetic life form. That's all that it'll be. There I am. Oh.
Okay, sorry about that.
And then that'll just be the season. It'll be like, last season didn't happen, everyone.
Well, that's interesting. I think because the only reference in this episode, I believe, to Picard being synthetic is Agnes makes a joke about him seeming positively positronic, something like that. And
I didn't even pick up on that even the second time watching it. So
I may have imagined it, but I think that's the only reference to Picard now being an android, which is something you'd think if you went back to see an old friend like Guinan, you might point out, especially since Guinan had such poignant point during like The Measure of Man.
Well, yeah, and Agnes is kind of one of those people. Well, she's drunk first of all on the bridge, so maybe she's just like, "Hey, yo, yeah, android fella, you." I don't know. I think it's going to have something to do with love. I think it's going to have something to do with certainly Picard's decision. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they would have spent so much time in this episode, sorry to interrupt, referencing the fact that he isn't married and isn't in a certain relationship, and then have a parallel universe. Maybe he has a history with someone in his parallel universe, so that's going to be an important plot point.
We will see, but it's possible.
Do you think we'll see Beverly?
Gosh.
I don't think that's been revealed
I would love
yet,
to see it.
For certain, but
I would love to see both Beverly and I'd love to see everyone.
Yeah, I'd love to see everyone. My problem. Not gonna lie.
And so if I start naming people, I'd love to see this person, then I'm just going to name everyone from the the TNG crew. But we've seen Riker, we've seen Troy, but I miss like seeing Geordi, Beverly, Worf. I mean, Worf has been on a lot of the shows since TNG, so he doesn't. It's not as necessary to see Worf because Worf's been all over the place, man. He's a busy guy.
I think by being in a parallel universe, there's sort of excuses maybe to see parallel versions of characters, and then
maybe we'll see like an evil Worf who's just like fire photons and then they always do.
Yeah, there was an evil Worf on Deep Space Nine. Sort of spent some time in the mirror universe, and we encountered an evil Worf there. That was largely comedically played.
Well, an evil Worf can't just have a goatee to be evil because he already kind of had a goatee, so he has to wear like a red. He has
more luscious hair.
Yeah, you got to do something with the hair upstairs. Yeah, no, I don't know. I would love to see Crusher. I know certainly if we're talking about love and interests and things like that, Picard, there was always a connection between Crusher and Picard.
Of course, and it's something that he always felt guilty about being the captain when Jack Crusher, Wesley's father, her husband died, and sort of that, and his sort of responsibility there. So maybe in this universe that played out differently.
Yeah, that's possible. They might look at one of the old timelines from TNG and use that as a, something that we saw as a audience through TNG might be the thing that they use as the crux of the what creates the timeline.
Maybe because we've already introduced a Stargazer. Maybe that's it. Maybe it is the Stargazer incident, the battle with the Ferengi.
Could be.
I forget the name of the battle they have in that episode. But that would be an interesting, maybe even related to the Picard maneuver. Maybe warping inside a system creates a time loop.
Can you imagine? then our show is the most important show on YouTube at the time because it's called the Picard Maneuver, and everything revolves around it, and we knew it because we're time travelers.
Excellent.
Was I not supposed to tell people that, Tim?
Excellent. So,
Is it okay that I tell people that?
Oh, sorry.
That we're time travelers?
We kept doing the thing where we paused and then talked over each other, then paused and talked over each
I
other.
know. You just didn't acknowledge the time traveler thing, and I don't know if I should have said it or not. Am I in trouble?
Oh, right. Yes. Yes, that will come back somehow. Someday. Maybe. Tease.
Okay.
If people know what we're talking about, I'm impressed.
No, they don't.
All right.
So thanks for watching, everyone. If you did.
Yeah, so so that was a little bit rambled and in rambles, but we did it.
Maybe we can download them and put them in one. I can edit them into one episode.
Maybe. Like
We'll do our best.
yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. Yeah, that actually, and that probably wouldn't be that hard because you just tie them together and just
It wouldn't be hard at all, yeah.
cut them. Then we take
Anyway,
down
we'll
the
figure it out.
individual episodes. I'm not even sure how they went up. Like we'll see. And this is our first attempt with audio and all sorts of stuff. It could be all sorts of chaos.
Oh, well then.
It's a great way to end the YouTube stream. But hey,
Yeah.
we're here.
You know how we should end it? We just say, we did our best. And as always, I hope we kept you
engaged.
engaged. Oh, shit.
Fair enough. So I'll cut out.